We are now at Center of Translational Medicine. This is a joint workplace of St. Anne's University Hospital and Medical Faculty of Masaryk University. And I also have a research group here. The major research focus of the group is research in the field of sepsis and the long-term effects of sepsis, because sepsis survivors very often struggle for many different side effects, and the adverse effect of the therapy and the recovery is really long. So in this field, we're trying to find biomarkers and a different scheme which eventually would help these patients in the future. And this platform we are offering within the consortia, so also other experts can use our skills in order to characterize their patients a little bit better. So it's not just about the equipment we have in the pipeline, but also about the expertise which we have in the field. So, for example, we are part of other different consortia. We are coordinating large European Horizon project focused on sepsis survivorship. And those are the skills and expertise which we are also offering to the partners within EATRIS. So we strongly focused on the translational research. So very often those are the clinicians or different professionals from the hospital who address us to help to characterize the immune phenotypes of patients. We also have different translational models of organoids, for example, which are all human cell-based. So it's very interesting to model human diseases. And we're not just providing the service and the measurements, but very often we also train the students or postdocs from the other labs, showing them all the expertise we have. The advantage is Center of Translational Medicine is highly international, so we have a large proportion of students or postdocs from abroad, from all over Europe, which make it also very easy for the collaboration. So a lot of collaborations are even international, or it's very easy to host here the students from abroad, which is within the consortia of EATRIS or other partners. So being part of EATRIS is really important for us, not only for resources of getting more updated or new equipment, but also it's a platform to communicate the research, but more importantly a platform to troubleshoot our measurements, get more expertise from others, and being able to communicate everything and even disseminate the results. So very often we host the people here, we explain what we are measuring, but also when we do have some problems, we have a lot of contacts within EATRIS who we can ask and eventually troubleshoot what we are doing. Being part of EATRIS, even for the future, for us it's very important because we can apply our expertise maybe to different cohorts, we can still search for different partners and eventually apply for different grant schemes, which we are doing very frequently locally or internationally. So having in our hands like a portfolio of different collaborators with additional or synergistic expertise is essential for the progress of our research. The major research focus of the group is research in the field of sepsis and the long-term effects of sepsis, because sepsis survivors very often struggle for many different side effects, and the adverse effect of the therapy and the recovery is really long. So in this field, we're trying to find biomarkers and a different scheme which eventually would help these patients in the future.
Welcome to the Mechanobiology of Disease group. Mechanobiology of Disease investigates how the mechanosignaling influences cell behavior, in particular in the context of a cardiovascular disease and cancer. To understand how cells respond to mechanical stimuli, we focus on preparation of substrates with the physiological stiffness so that the cells can feel like at home. This is followed up by qualitative and quantitative imaging of the living cells and the forces that they produce. In particular, we are interested in how cardiomyocytes, the cells of the human heart, respond to the increased demand to produce force and pump more blood. This can react either to their positive adaptation or a pathological adaptation which leads to the heart failure. To stimulate these conditions, we mechanically stimulate these cells by stretching the cultivation substrate and then observing their behavior by measuring the forces they produce and the calcium transients which flow in and out from the cells. As a part of a EATRIS network, we facilitate high-end imaging of both fixed and living cells. In particular, we collaborate with our colleagues from the Central European Institute of Technology, CEITEC, with the group of Milan Eschner, which is also interested in the high-end imaging. As for the presentation of our results, we took part at the conferences organized Euroimaging project. As a researchers, we are always trying to improve the quality of our services and of our imaging to find new discoveries. To this end, we collaborate with the colleagues all across the world. Namely, we have a collaboration with the University of Melbourne in Australia, King's College in London, and University of Milan in Milano and others. Recently, we started a tighter collaboration with the Masaryk University, and we have several master students and even some high school students which are very interested in the research. So we give them the opportunity to come to the lab and learn the basics of a scientific work to help them in their career. Being a part of the EATRIS network helped us to find a new imaging modalities which were not available at our institution, and also to present our research at the conferences organized by the Czech Bioimaging Society. Participation in the EATRIS network helped us to develop a new method of imaging the living contracting cells. So now we can directly measure the force produced by each individual cardiomyocyte. And we really hope that this will help us to find a cure for the failing heart.